Did you know that Toronto hosted the first NHL All-Star Game 13 years before the event became a league fixture in 1947? The reason goes back to a frigid night at the Boston Garden on December 12, 1933. The Maple Leafs were in town to play the Bruins when Toronto's Irvin Ace Bailey suffered a hit from behind by Boston defenseman Eddie Shore. The game came to an immediate halt as Bailey began convulsing on the ice after fracturing his skull from the impact of his head hitting the ice without a helmet. Maple Leafs Red Horner was so incensed by the incident that he skated over to Shore and threw a right hook, connecting square on the jaw and landing the Boston Bruiser flat on his back. Ace was rushed to the Boston City Hospital where his chances of survival were uncertain and his condition considered highly critical. After a precarious first 24 hours, the Bracebridge, Ontario local would spend the next 10 days in and out of coma as the league contemplated Shore's punishment. Boston authorities intended to press criminal charges should Bailey not make it. The day after the incident, the league indefinitely suspended both Eddie Shore and Red Horner. Bailey was still recovering in early 1934, so the NHL's Board of Governors decided to hold a benefit game for the befallen Leaf and his family. The Toronto Maple Leafs would play a team comprised of top players from the other 8 league teams. On the evening of February 14, 1934, the first NHL All-Star Game took place inside Maple Leaf Gardens. The evening consisted of an elaborate pre-game ceremony where players were photographed at center ice and presented with custom Ace All-Star jerseys by the league and Maple Leaf officials, including Ace Bailey himself. A hush fell over the crowd as Eddie Shore, who had been given a 16-game suspension for the hit, approached center ice. In a moment of ultimate sportsmanship, Bailey and Shore shook hands and embraced at center ice, much to the approval of the 14,000 in attendance. Bailey was later quoted as saying, "No, I never bore any ill will towards Shore. He and I are good friends." For Bailey and his family, the game raised over $20,000, the equivalent to almost $500,000 today, and served as a precursor for the eventual NHL All-Star Weekend we see today. The incident also contributed to the ongoing debate of helmets in hockey, gear that wouldn't become compulsory until 1979. Irvin Ace Bailey would never play another game in the NHL, and the Leafs retired as number 6 in 1934, a first for a professional athlete in North America. Both Ace Bailey and Eddie Shore were later inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame.